I am Milton, son of a carpenter, my daddy carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. I'm a carpenter who works on genetics. Mom, Mary Ann. I am the son of a carpenter, Mary. I get to make parables. Yeah, these are my stigmata eyes. This is the son of a carpenter, Mary Sugar Check, and yeah, the eyes didn't light up like that. Except for a few months ago, and I'm not sure, maybe it has to do with taking vitamins and all that. I don't know. Who knows? It's kind of overcast, and I'm getting prepared for the winter with my sugar check stuff. Got a flashlight to help out. Let me take my my sugar. It's gonna be high, I know it. Because I've been checking out that reverse cam a lot, so of course it's gonna be high. Oh, that's the best thing since invention of the mirror. And yes, as this image says, try to call me 424-229-4140 and see opportunity stolen, what you call. You're also doing the 93 check. I've been asking for 93 checks of America's Lifelines. For over 9 years, I've yet to get one. No certified mail about all those calls to me that don't go through. No FedEx, no UPS, nothing. Make a video of that mail before you send it. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, apartment 409, Los Angeles, California 90065. John Melton Bray's full name. Make a video of it first. It's gonna be stolen. And yeah, when you ask about me, the 325, I told you. Oh, it's been up to 479. When you ask about, yeah, I need to get these on a, well, you're gonna see them eventually in my videos, but on a good day we can see them a little better. When you ask folks about me and they tell you lies, oh, this thing's a nice Geraldo thing. And yeah, it also makes an audio that'll go on for hours and hours and hours. Very little megabytes. So, yeah. Check out Milton's imagery at your better bars, parties, military bases, and Halloween parties. I'm going to show you the my October imagery, hopefully real quick. In a while. I hope to get at least the Halloween image in. Tomorrow's Halloween. Look for the imagery on big screen TVs at your better bars, parties, military bases, especially those college parties. When you see my imagery, then you kind of see what it looks like. When you see my imagery at on a big screen TV, look for a computer nearby. Oh, playing is a nice slideshow. Look for a computer nearby and hook your phone up, get my latest imagery so you can check it out when you got the time. And yes, if you get the 4x6 prints ones, oh yeah, it's getting too dark. When you get the 4x6 prints ones, if you've tried to print out my imagery in the past, girls, and it didn't, you cut parts of it off, I'm sorry. I try now with the 4x6 prints. Now, a lot of folks have those nice programs that will knock out the 5x7s, the 8x10s, and all of my 4x6s from 2009 on through October 2017. Check it out when you see it at a party or ask around. And yes, girls, you can find this image for a nice 8x10, perhaps. Rub the dome before you go to bed. The photo, and you get the sweetest of dreams. And yes, if you can, if you want to come see me in person, we'll travel over to your place, as well as we'll build across America. Nice tropical island, perhaps. One of those 1,000 points of light to inspire the future and present of greatness with. Tear down this wall by being in this imagery. It's easy to do. I'm easy to talk to. Of course, I don't get out every day like I used to. I don't have to. I got a nice kitchen back over there to cook with. But when you see me, how many folks do you see with a thing on their chest? Handsome bald guys with a thing on their chest. Let me put it that way. When you see them, you see me. When you see impersonators, you run, because they will put you to work in the devil's wall around me. When you see the one and only Mountain, who can put you right here today. You got to have a printer and a laminator, but tell me you want to be in my imagery, and tell me take a photo of you with my phone. A lot of this stuff I have designed with my phone. And that's a nice one you can have at your parties to tell everyone how to check and post and file. You're making a video 2 crimes. 1, America's hijack lifeline, your family's hijack lifeline, and your gate's livelihood. That's one crime. The other crime is they're worried enough about to alter phone records. I make a video of this phone's call log every once in a while, and no. Oh, damn. No one's gone downstairs. Look at this shit. Since I went downstairs. That's the devil's people. Walking among us, that's the Mormons. Hatred of beauty. Walking into this place, and they got some very high level, very sophisticated tools and toys, as I've witnessed, hanging down in hell. Get some popcorn if you got a chance to go to hell to witness, and pray for them, because they butchered my artwork here. And no, it wasn't like that when I made it. It is the hatred of the Mormons. It is the damn hatred of the Mormons. When the missionaries, the devil's people walking among us, they're missionaries. The ones from Utah, let me rephrase that. When they walk up to your door to interrupt your family's dinner, ask them, how do you reach Melton? Because I'd like to know. We are Christians. We're not what you pretend to be. We are Christians, and we don't like the fact that you cozy up with Muslims so much, having those Muslims walking around on your campuses in Utah. Yeah, I've heard that from, I guess, folks here who didn't like it. Mormons here who didn't like that. They've got them on their college campuses. We don't like that you do that. We really don't like you actively taking part in America's hijack lifelines. So I'm going to check and post some 5 in front of you. What do you have to say about this man? Oh, there's that first bad taste one, I think. This man who has been asking for 93 chicks for 9 years, and yours show up on his caller ID, well, most of America doesn't. What is your part in that organized crime, that very un-American activity of religious censorship that keeps you from calling me to tell me what to believe or to ask what I mean by Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. What is your part in that? The missionaries. Ask them and get their reactions and post. Call up Utah. Call up every Mormon church in your phone book and ask them about me. Get that speakerphone going, get that video thing going, because they do that shit over there on hand here in Eagle Rock. They are the devil's people walking among us from Utah, not the ones from China. Make that video, post that video. Come see me in person. Have We'll Travel. Show me a place where I don't have to worry about Mormons coming in to butcher my artwork in such an obvious damn fashion. Ask him, what do you know about this? When else will my family's lifeline not be allowed to work? Who do you have to call? Those who placed someone named Hussein in the highest office in the land right after we got attacked by a whole lot of angry, violent, deadly Husseins. Who do you have to call? Do you call them up before you taunt him about his gates livelihood and his hijacked faith? What do you do, missionaries? All missionaries from the Fraud of a Faith Church. Ask them that when they interrupt your dinner. If nothing else, they'll write you off their sales route. Yeah, I like that when I was doing some research. Joseph Smith, the founder of the Fraud of a Faith. No, that was, well, it might have been an alias. It kind of sounds like he's checking into a cheap hotel with his mistress, Joseph Smith. When he used his interpretation device, also known as a funny little cigarette, to fabricate a Bible, a cartoon Bible, if you've ever read a verse from it. Once he did that, he of course copyrighted and started selling it for $1.25, which is a lot nowadays, at least to me. These are the devil's people walking among us, as I've called it before, a dog shit placing religion. Fabricated by those who are boring enough to do that kind of thing. You don't know what I mean? Yeah, the Chinese of the streets, the unseen business, are known for doing the most boring, stupid stuff. And they have been known to, oh, there we go, place dog mess on the sidewalk. And they did that with the entire Fraud of a Faith, forming them. You can't throw a stick in Eagle Rock without hitting a Mormon. And that is why this shit in my 2017 imagery disappearing, 26 folders of it, high-tech toys on the premises here at this apartment complex. Do not feel sorry in my Mean Street fiction for the Mormons and in the real world. This has all been attention getting to get you to pick up your phone. Check and post in front of those Fraud of a Faith missionaries of theirs. Call up their churches and ask, what do you know about Melton? Get that speakerphone going. They've invaded my apartment here. They've invaded my house to do that. When they invade yours, check and post in 5 in front of them. Ask them, why are you doing the exact opposite of what your Fraud of a Faith, what any faith should do? And call up those churches. Get that speakerphone going. What do you know about Melton? John Milton Brady. We got quite, some of you can make the actual documentaries once again in the real world of finding the gosh darn heck folks in Eagle Rock here with impersonators and on hand to do stupid shit like this left and right. Make those documentaries. And yes, those of you out there, you can make a documentary tonight. Well, during the day. Probably nobody there at night. certainly on a Sunday morning. Call up a Fraud of a Faith church near you or in Utah. You can call long distance. And ask them, what do you know about this? When else will my child's lifeline be hijacked because of what your damn faith is doing? Get their reaction. Post. It's just unreal to watch this again and again and again. I made the thing last night. I saw it come out. As you just witnessed, I'm very damn observant. Crucify that fraud of a faith with something it knows nothing about. Truth.